Hello and welcome. This on-demand video will focus on working with documents in our Napa Valley College SharePoint-based websites. It's important to clarify a few things before we get started. First, any document you want to link on your website, whether it be a Word, Excel, PowerPoint, or other file, must be uploaded to a website. That doesn't mean just your website, though. We can link to any downloadable document that is available on any website. A second important thing to remember is that we want documents to be as universally accessible as possible. That means that wherever possible, we need to convert documents into PDF files before we upload them. And lastly, you need to remember that the document file name becomes part of the URL. That's the web link. So we need to be sure the file name is web-friendly. Keeping the previous ideas in mind, we can break down the process for uploading documents into a few steps. So to get started, I've gone to my People page, and I have logged myself in, as you can see here. Now what I'm going to do is shrink my browser window so that you can see my desktop at the same time. Okay? I select the document that I want to upload. Now in my case, here is one on my desktop. This could be on your flash drive, in your departmental drive, on your computer. It does not matter where. What does matter is that you be organized in this process, so I recommend that you create a folder on your desktop called Files to Upload or something like that so you know what you're working with. Okay? This is where we will stage any file we want to upload to our websites. So with a file selected, I open the file. Let me double click this guy here. And here we are. This is a Word document. And I've reviewed it. It looks good. Now I need to save it in a web-friendly PDF format. To do that, I will select File, and I will save as. Now your version of Office might look different than mine, but you should end up with whatever application you're using at a point where you select where and how you're going to save the file. So at this window, I tell the program that I want to go to my desktop and save the file in the Files to Upload directory. Now for the file name, I want it to be descriptive but alphanumeric and as short as possible. So in this case, what I'm going to choose to do is sample upload document will turn into just sample doc. And for the date, I'm going to shorten it and I'm going to remove the hyphens so that I've got that nice clean alphanumeric sample doc name. Okay? Now, where it says save as type, this is where it's I should point out, when you are creating your file names, it's best not to have the extension up here. That'll automatically get attached. Okay? What I do need to pay attention to is here in the save as type, I need to change it from Word document into PDF. So now you can see it's going to create this sample doc 03-2415 PDF. And I need to make sure that if the option is available, I select minimum size so that I create as small a file as possible. Now you can see I've gone through before and created this sample doc. I'll just go ahead and save it and overwrite it. And there is my document. It opened up. I see it looks good. I close that. I close Word. And now I confirm that in my Files to Upload directory, there is that sample doc 032415 document. All right. So now that the document itself is ready, we move on to the second step, which is uploading the document into the desired directory. So I want to look at my web page and think of how I'm going to use the document. In this case, I want to put it here on my welcome page. If you're just getting started, you probably only have a welcome page. So we're going to put this at the root of the documents folder. So to upload the file, I'm going to click on the gear. I'm going to go to Site Contents. And I'm going to open this Documents library. All documents, whether they be Excel, PowerPoint, whatever it is that you've converted to a PDF, they need to go in the Documents folder. Okay? As we said, this is going to go at the root. So right here, we don't need to put it into any subfolder. We can put it right here at the root. We go look at our Files to Upload folder, and now we can actually drag files across. SharePoint does support drag and drop. So you'll see when I grab the file and I drag it over here to the text, this area changes and it says drop here. anywhere in this defined area, I can drop the file. And here you see it has uploaded the file, and it's got an asterisk telling us that this is a new file. Now, we're going to cover this a little bit later in the video as well. A lot of times we will reuse files. So I have a web page and it's up for 6 months and I update the document, but I don't want to have to change anything. If I re-upload the file with the same file name, and I'll do that right now. Let's say that I already had that file here and this is an updated version. When I drop it, it lets me know the file already exists. If I replace the file, anywhere I have linked it, I don't need to change. And as I said, we'll explain why that's a really nice thing to do later on down the line. So we have now completed the second step of uploading the file into the desired directory. Now we need to link the file on the page. So I'm going to close this folder. I'm going to expand this window out. And I'm going to navigate back to my welcome page. So here I click on that guy, or I could use my favorite. Once I am looking at my welcome page, I decide where I want to place it. In this case, I'm going to place it down here somewhere. Okay? So I click on the gear, and I get into Edit Page mode, and I place the cursor about where I want it, and with the space I'm looking for to place the text. This is a great document for you to look at. Okay, so I can put in whatever text I want, and now I need to define where the hyperlink will attach. So I could select the whole sentence if I wanted it all to link. Generally, you see people doing something more like this. This is a great document, so only the word document is what would be linked. So I select that, and then up at the top in my tabs, I click on the Insert tab to look at my insert tools. And there is a link button. When I click on the link button, I get two options. Since I'm linking from my website, I want to link from SharePoint. When I click on From SharePoint, it goes to the last place I was looking at. Now, I just happened to be looking in my documents directory the last time, and there is my sample doc. If I was in the wrong directory here, and I didn't see the document I was looking for, what I would do is find my name on the left-hand column by using this slider. There is my name. If my name were shrunken down, I would click on this little triangle here to expand it, and then I would click on my Documents folder, and then that would get me to where I want to be. So we're looking at our sample doc. We select the sample doc. We see that it's updated the file name down here. Everything looks good. And we insert. Now when we get back to our page, you'll notice that the text here has changed color. And when I hover over the text, it turns orange. So that's letting us know that this is now hyperlinked. The last thing I want to do is click anywhere in this orange hyperlinked area and go up to my link tab. See, that link tab appears when I click on the actual hyperlink. In the link tab, I want to select Open in a New tab. The reason is typical visitor behavior is to click on a link and review the document, and then they'll usually close that window. By having it open in a new tab, they can close that document and still see my website in the background when they're done. So I select that option and I check in the page. I don't have any comments, so I'm going to continue on. Now I'm in my preview mode and I can confirm that the text looks good. Yes, it highlights, and when I click on the link, the document opens up in this new tab, as I said. When I close the tab, I'm right back at my page. Okay, so that's the basic process for preparing a document, converting it, uploading it, and linking it in the page itself. Something to remember is that process I explained where if this page is always going to basically be the same, but in the future I'm going to update the document that this links to, I just need to re-upload the document with the same file name, and now I won't have to change this name. If you end up working in departmental pages, that can be really useful for things like application forms or calendars, things like that. So if you had a fall calendar, you wouldn't name the file Fall Calendar 2015 or 2016. You would just name it Fall Calendar, and then this text could say whatever you want it to each semester. The other thing to remember is that you can link images. You'll notice here that this image here, When I hover over it, the finger changes and the orange bar appears at the bottom. That's covered in our linking images video. If you have any questions about this process that we went through, or you really want to see step-by-step instructions documented, you can always visit the IT homepage and select the SharePoint help link to get to the point where you can see a whole list of documents with step-by-step how-to instructions for doing all of these processes that we're covering in our on-demand videos. And that does it for how to use documents. Thanks for watching.